Drop frames instantly. Oh, no, there we go. It looks like we are now actually encoding properly. Whether or not it was a result of the encoding software not working properly, or it looks like, there we go, the video preview is now showing up correctly. And my apologies, guys. I don't know what's going on there. It might have been a problem with my computer or something along those lines, but rest assured we are now back. And there we go. Drop frames. So I have changed that settings for my video preview, so it's just looking at it on low. And hopefully we won't be suffering too many problems, and Twitch will not be too bad tonight. Okay. So, sorry about that slight delay there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and other people. And we should be underway, hopefully, with the first matchup, which our esteemed colleague, Mr.Dogbert, is in the process of tracking down and getting people's attention. How is that mission going for you at the moment, Mr.Dogbert?
I've put a comment down. Hopefully we'll be able to get into this game between two Polish teams.
Yeah, that will be the plan. That will be the ideal situation as far as we're concerned. So, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. In the meantime, what we're going to do is we're just going to cut to some music while these guys are getting themselves sorted out. And we shall be underway with the first conquest match for today. Looking forward to plenty of enjoyment and fun and games, guys. Stay tuned. Thanks for bearing with us with our technical issues. Joy, rapture, fun. You know us, we like to do things like that. And we'll be bringing you Battlefield 4 very quickly. Stay tuned. Well, the good news is it looks like we're actually getting onto a server at the moment. So I'm in the process of loading in. And obviously, we're just waiting for things to go. Okay, so Lankang Dam is loading. However, as you are aware, Hainan Resort will be the first map of choice. Isn't that right, Mr.Dogbert?
I think because they've already gone through the first round, they're playing another maps now.
Oh, are they? So they're on to Siege of Shanghai, I guess, maybe? I don't know. Or have they actually started already?
Good possibility they might have already started. I'm just alt-tabbing back in, and I can tell you in a second, as they probably haven't, because many of their players still have not spawned.
Indeed. Now, this is obviously... What teams are we commentating? I see Empire versus Vin at the moment, so...
Vin, trying to put a good pronunciation of this team for you, but I must admit I am a bit bad. Give me a second as I alt-tab out.
Okay.
Validation Esports?
Oh.
I've given you a link to...
Vination Esports.
Vination. Okay. I knew I'd get it wrong at some point, but yeah, it's Vination Esports versus Team Empire.
And we're up against, obviously, Team Empire BF4. So, that appears to be a German team and a Russian team up against each other. So, let's see. Now, let's talk about... Now, obviously, I don't know whether or not they're going to be playing this map. I don't think they will be, because from what I can remember, Siege of Shanghai is the actual next map.
No, the map is Langshan Dam.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, it is indeed. Just had a quick check over on the rules there.
Okay, then that's great. So, I think what we need to do is let's talk about this map as a map, generally. Now, obviously, guys, bear in mind there are still issues with this particular map and sound bugs. So, if things seem strangely quiet, that's the reason why. As there will be. Exactly. So, at this current moment, you've got the Russian spawn over there. And you've got their gimme, which is A in this complex building here. And then you've got the C building, and you've got the other spawn. So, that's essentially what you've got at the moment. You've got the two spawns, there we go, they're restarting the server. And then two flags over which they will be fighting. So, the uncappables they can't get into. And we shall be waiting to see how things turn out with respect to both of these teams. Now, obviously, you're going to want to get that uncappable very quickly. Meaning, or sorry, not the uncappable, your nearest point. But do you think that a lot of the battles are actually going to happen over the island, which is the point B? Because the question I'm thinking is, if you go for A, C, or sorry, B even, I'm so used to it being C on Big Conquest, is actually a very open area and very hard to defend effectively, especially when you've got the likes of attack boats, like this little fellow here, complete with minigunners on the back, providing a lot of support around that area. What do you think would be a good option to go for on this particular map, Dogbert?
I think both teams are going to make their main effort over towards A and C accordingly, depending on their spawn points. I think B is going to be that kind of flag that maybe you'll commit to and put quite a bit of effort into. Obviously with the boats here, I don't know. I really haven't had much of a chance to see how the boats are going to impact this game. But
somebody's actually rolled a boat onto the ground.
Yeah,
how is that even possible?
That. I'm looking at the lovely thing about the tabletop view is you're able to have a little mini cam in the corner which shows you what's going on, which is brilliant. I think both factions are going to look to control the land flags, unfortunately, as what they would want to do is lock their opponent into the base, which is a kind of general strategy when you can't full cap in a battlefield. So look for the main pressures to be around A and C, but with B being captured for the sole purpose of getting the ticket bleed. So if a team gets really adventurous, they're going to try and lock in the opposing team, but they'll only do that after they manage to get a good wipe on either the enemy vehicles or when they take complete control of the flags through other means.
Absolutely. Now, guys, in chat, if you're watching this, we'd appreciate your feedback on options you prefer. Now, obviously, we can show the the mini-map or the large tabletop to show the individual movements of both of the teams, but predominantly I was going to go free cam to show you most of the action. If you would prefer to see first person, then by all means let us know, but you can pretty much see most of what's going on. As you can see now, the Chinese boat, which is Empire, you can see these guys moving in and trying to take that point, as it looks like you've now got the Russian boat moving in behind, and it's going to try and engage the Chinese boat. There we go, out comes the fire, and you can see them in there, and now goes the tower launchers and the Chinese boat. Oh, look at that! Fire going in between the two boats. This is naval combat, and an RPG from the ground as well, from the sea point, from the Chinese team, actually managed to take down that attack boat. So they have actually secured that island, and they now have the bleed onto the Russian team, which is obviously Vin, and now they've got to try and recover that. What's going on the main ground area over at the other side, Dogbert?
From what I've seen, Vin really seem to be kind of a muddle here. They took A, obviously, which they were always going to get, but I think they've been pretty thrown off by the fact that Empire has put so much effort into the B flag, and I think that they probably expected it wasn't going to be that big of an issue. What happened over at B was the fact that the boat had dropped off 2 infantry, which were both engineers, and they were able to help in clearing out the boat when it went on for a one-on-one exchange with Empire's boat. But what's happening now is just Vin just seem to be really confused. They're getting attacked at A now by just a small group of infantry, no vehicles or anything. But Vin are just really slow to react, and their vehicles are just not on the map at all.
Yeah, now obviously we're looking around the point here at the moment. You can see the A point currently under a lot of being contested pretty seriously, as you can now see the likes of the APCs and the IFVs moving forward. So these guys moving forward to put more pressure onto the B point and the infantry who are defending that point. There we go, lovely kills going in there. Look at that fire going into that building, and unfortunately the guys hiding behind don't stand much chance. You can see that poor guy hiding as best he can to try and make sure that his friends, and trying to hold off on that capture point just to make sure. There we go, more friends spawn on him. They can now slow that down, and that's Bam Billy in there as well. Looks like he's taking on a few other members. There's Empire Line being finished off, and there's obviously Bros over here who seems to be waiting for the inevitable.
As soon as Empire were able to clear up the APC there, that is going to probably leave the A flag in Empire's control unless they can get a very good and large spawn here. Vin's helicopter pilot, which is the only one up in the air at the moment, is smoking and looks like it will be taken out very soon. If A goes down here, you are going to find Vin being completely locked in and controlled by a superior Empire team lineup right now.
Yeah, it's definitely looking that way now. I'm looking at the Empire IFV currently just outside the B point, being repaired. However, it is being engaged by RPGs from the Vin team inside the A point. They are taking furious amounts of fire. Now, the point is, where is the Vin armor? It looks like it might be being locked down outside their spawn, and this is exactly the kind of thing that you were talking about, is that you can see the Empire guys, they're actually, now they've got that sea point, they're actually making use of the attack boat to pin the enemy armor down before they're even able to get out of the control point, out of their spawn even. And that looks like more damage onto this IFV vehicle. It's trying to be repaired. They're going to try and have to get out there, and literally gets hit by another Tau as soon as it tries to move. Now that's going to be a severe problem for these guys, and you've also got one of the Empire guys up there, up close and personal.
Yeah, have a look at the Empire's infantry positioning here. They obviously have 2 people that are basically locking any reinforcements coming from the main spawn over to A. And by the time it's taken for them just to clear up a few of this infantry outside of the Russian spawn, Empire have took A and now are holding 3 flags.
Yeah, now obviously we're looking at some more of the infantry. You've got a Jeep moving in as well, and it looks like they're actually moving the attack boats and the IFV over to the B point to try and capture it. But you can see Jeeps that are in there, the Empire Lime in as well, and you've got another engineer, Haycock. Now, that's interesting. He looks to be doing air defense and an Igla shot onto the helicopter of the Vin team. So the scout helicopter there, they've got an engineer on the case, and he's flying around. He's going to try and do some A little bit of damage, but he takes another shot. Multiple shots going into him. Looks like Stingers are doing a serious amount of damage, and he may have to...
Empire choppers up as well, so they're definitely going to find themselves in a very close aerial battle.
Oh, look at that. Very close aerial battle going on between the two teams. So you can now see the gunfire coming out between the two scout choppers. As you can see, these two guys fighting. And it's kind of nice that they've both got... Oh, look at that. Lovely. Multiple shots. And the scout helicopter goes down for Team Empire. But the Vin helicopter has managed to survive. And thanks to a very good engineer in the rear, repairing like his life depends on it, which in fact it does. But you can now see that the B point is in the process of being recaptured. And it looks like two members of Empire have actually gone on there. And unfortunately, the attack boat has not managed to suppress them and prevent that cap, but it's certainly trying. And let's see what we got on. As you've got, looks like you've got a single boat driver, and looks like the minigun operator has decided to bail out and go in the support. So looks like they're trying to stop the bleed on the tickets. Look at the ticket numbers, 204 to 94. That's a serious amount of ticket bleed going on there, Dogbert.
Yes, indeed. They find themselves quite far behind. They made a good push with infantry when they realised that the A point was going down. One guy got to see and managed to capture it. That has ended in a prolonged infantry battle, which Empire had to commit to win. But that has left them without the ticket bleed. They had domination up until that point, but now they are finding themselves possibly very soon, for the first time in the game, with a ticket bleed against them.
Yeah, it's looking that way at the moment. Look at all those flags flashing now. As you can see, the Russian team moving into the research facility. And he's got to be careful in case you're going to have people sneaking in around him. And that's Mace Windu in as the IFV. And the one thing you do learn, oh, that's what you've got to be careful for. You've got to keep these vehicles on the move constantly. As he now comes under fire from one of the IFVs, he gets taken down along with his teammate. And now you can see the Empire first noob making his way in through the camera and into the research facility to try and recapture that. All the time he's spamming the buildings of the research facility to make sure nobody's in there who can do any kind of damage. So this is turning out to be an interesting map thus far, and now the bleed is currently sitting onto the Chinese team, so the Empire team need to turn it around. And it looks like the scout helicopters, oh look at that, it's like an Etch-a-Sketch. Look at that missile going nutty. And now you can see here, as we move in on the scout helicopters, as they're having a tussle in the air, we're watching Impact Frost, who is the scout helicopter pilot for Vin, and he's trading fire with the Empire scout helicopter. Let's see who this is. No, we can't tell because of the out of combat area. Thank you. Thank you for that. So now you can see the A point being rigorously defended, but you've also now got an infantry section moving in from Empire in towards that A point. They're using the RPGs to suppress that IFV. IFV takes some damage. There we go. He goes down. And now you've got another member of Empire also moving in. That's Lime. And you can see them bypassing those anti-vehicle defences. And they're going to be taking that A point. And that should be then a bleed re-established onto the Vin team.
Vin team are finding themselves kind of spread out quite a bit here. They got one man capturing, over at sea capturing it because they realised that they had already lost a B. They need to just get that bleed off them as much as they can. Empire themselves seem to have put all their infantry, all their eggs into one basket, which is the A flag. They start to spread out a bit, make sure that the road isn't going to be completely controlled by Vin vehicles, which while the Mace Windu's just brought into the fray there, so that's probably going to swing it in their favour. I think Empire really here just need to get a hold of C. They're going to hold B probably for a significant amount of time here, so really they just need to shore up their defences and let the ticket bleed do its work.
It definitely appears to be the case. It looks like it's Anomaly who's actually in, or Asmodee, sorry, who's actually in the scout helicopter. And these two scout helicopters are actually locked in a serious battle. And now we move over to a bit of naval combat as the Empire boat of choice comes flying in, doing huge amounts of damage. Oh, now that's interesting. It looks like they've actually changed the loadout on the attack boat to actually provide anti-air cover from the attack boat. That's very interesting to see. And it means that a certain change up in loadout has changed the strategy as far as Empire. And that's Blair's who's in there with that particular attack boat. And unfortunately, he's missing with some of those rockets, but he's determined to take out that helicopter. Looking pretty interesting thus far, wouldn't you say, Dogbert?
Yeah, but here's where it comes down to it. I mean, Vin are using one guy in the chopper pilot and 2 engineers to repair him, right? Empire have 1 person in that chopper and 1 person in a boat who are managing to hold down. So that's 3 members of Vin being caught up in a protracted helicopter exchange. Meanwhile, they don't have any flags on the map. Empire have got more infantry. They've got them more effectively being used on the map. They're capturing points. Now, Vin here obviously using the infantry for being repairing the helicopter to land on B, which is the correct move. But the ticket bleed is so significant that they really, really should have been using those people to do something else.
Yeah, now unfortunately it looks like the two guys from Empire have noticed that and are now pushing in towards the B point. So you can see the battles going on between the Vin and Empire guys. One of the Vin guys is down. He's now about to be closed in from 2 directions, taking cover at the same time as you can see fire coming in from the IFV. Last member of the Vin guys taken down at the C point. The B point will be reclaimed. And now we're looking at the wonderfully Tiger... Oh, listen to that boat. Doesn't it sound wonderful? As the attack boat is roaming the area, looking for the enemy. The IFV also in there as well. And look at that. Tickets are down to 10 as far as Vin are concerned. This is not looking good for them. No way they can come back from that with only 6 tickets remaining. 138 tickets for their enemy. A very dominant display by Empire. And from what you were saying, a definite right strategy they went for.
They locked in Vin quite early on, and they made them pay so much for not being able to get a foothold on any of those flags at the beginning. Empire were all over them in the first 5 minutes, and really Vin just struggled to recover from then on. They did quite well after they got out of the lock-in, but the damage had already been done, and it was very difficult for them to even get back on the scoreboard, let alone tickets.
137 tickets. Now, obviously, that's going to be... I think it's only they're only doing 1 map per round, if that's correct in thinking. Am I correct in my thinking, or am I incorrect in my thinking?
Yeah, I believe you are right. I think it's only 1 map.
Okay. So, now, obviously, you'll see the Empire team move on to the next match. And, unfortunately, the Vin team will be knocked out. And we shall be moving on and bringing you more Battlefield 4 goodness very shortly. Now, that was obviously a very interesting way to play those, Matt, because obviously from the 5v5 that we've seen, a completely different approach to what you would normally see, because then it means that you've got the use of the armor to support certain areas and things of that nature. And so these are the kind of things that a team that is good... Oh, there we go. A team that is good... Okay.
Wow. You got that as well, did you?
What, the... yeah. Oh, right, okay. Alright, it looks like the Logic's game doesn't look like we're going to be able to cast, unfortunately.
They're moving server. That was the end of the first round.
Okay.
We'll play the second round on another server. I'm trying to actually get the... Problem is their server doesn't actually have spec slots open, so I'm trying to get them to do that now. If not, we may have to go find another server. Another game, sorry.
Yes, indeed we may. So, indeed. Now, obviously, these are things that we'd prefer not to have to worry about, but obviously we're going to be trying to bring you as much as we can throughout this evening, and bring you as much of this cup as we possibly can. So thank you for staying with us, and we're going to obviously inflict more music on you while we sort out the next round. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back. This is Chadman and Dogbert. We haven't forgotten you guys. We're just trying to track down some teams, get hold of people, so we can get on the server. Invariably, 90% of these servers don't necessarily have access to the server. So, like, spectator mode needs to have permissions to get onto the server and all of that kind of stuff. So, we haven't forgotten about you. Trust us. We're trying as hard as we can to get the next match. And as soon as we've got that information, we'll bring it to you. So, stay tuned. Thanks for your patience, guys. Okay guys, I've made an executive decision. What I'm going to do is, because I want to bring you Battlefield 4, and while the teams are doing whatever it is they're doing, I am going to play some Battlefield 4 while I wait. Now, because I want to bring you some Battlefield 4 goodness. So, let's go in and obliterate people, shall we? Now, we have recently unlocked Mr. Ace 23, so we're going to see what people are raging
How long did
about.
that take you to do?
I got it today, mate. It didn't take me that long, to be honest. I've done pretty well. So, as you can see, there we go. So, I'm doing alright weapony-wise. I've got the FAMAS and the AEK, etc., etc. So, it's time to kick people. Let's be a complete ace-hole to people. That's what I say. So, let's see. So, currently, at the moment, we're playing Obliteration, known to the DICE devs as the Battlefield 4 Moments creator. So, let's see.
Be joining, mate. I'll come follow you.
Yeah, come follow me, mate, and we'll have some fun and games. Because oh dear, dropkick just died right in front of me.
No, I'm joining as a commander. I've not been a commander yet.
Oh really? Oh god, we're doomed.
So, are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, of course you are. No, to be honest, I'd expect you to be good because of... Oh!
I have no idea. I'm gonna die.
Right, pop a nade in there, and then pop another nade in the other side. And try not to blow myself up. Where is he? Oh, there's a guy there. The guy just snuck. Damn it, dead. Everyone enjoys watching Chad catch bullets because that's what I'm good at. Yeah, I know.
My God, I'm a commander. I don't even know what I can do.
Probably nothing. You can drop tomahawks on snipers. That's always funny. So let's see. We'll parachute down towards A. And then pull back slightly on the parachute to drop us gently to the ground.
So hard.
Okay, so there's fire up there. Let's hide the chat because I don't want to see what people are talking about. Because invariably it's absolute cobblers. Let's plop that over there. I've got the... Oh, hello. And he's dead. Mere fact. Oh, crap. So am I. So, there you go. Ooh, boaty boat. We should have some of you. Now, I'm thinking... let's have a look. Let's go for the SSG 553 and see what options we have for it. Well, we can put the old BO cam on it. I do like the BO cam. It looks dead schmexy, doesn't it? Or we could go for Relish, which looks very bit-like, but somewhat strange. There's Ink Blot. I want to get Black Shark. Black Shark is the one I want to get. That looks like fun. Why is there... Look at this. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's numbers on the side of my flipping gun. Why is there numbers on it? Is it just like... How do I select them? Let's see. Flat Adaptive. Oh, look at that. And then Tiger... Oh, grr, Tiger. That's the
I'm officially bored of being a commander.
What?
Oh. No, it's just not very fun. And instead of being... I pressed resign, so I thought maybe that would mean...
No, that disconnects you from the server.
That's terrible.
I know, it's not fun, is it? Because I remember with Battlefield 2, it used to... you just used to go back onto the side, didn't you? So, let's see. That looks to me almost like a flipping... a boat of some sort. Let us splosh in and swim underwater. Glug, glug. Oh, I'm about to get it ninjaed from in front of me. What is this? Oh, it's like a... It's like a... Oh, it's like a hovercraft. Hoverus Craftus. Come on, Bomb Man. Get over there. Oh, God. Can I throw that? No. But I can shoot at him. guy along there as well somewhere. Remember, guys, spot for victory. Spot for victory. Spotting is your friend. Even if shooting straight is not. Oh, I've been revived. Excellent. And there we go. Kill streak stopped. Where's the bomb? What the hell is he doing out there? Oh, God. That bomb holder's an idiot. Oh, and it's gone the bug where it disappears to 300 feet above sea level or whatever it's called. Oh, I'm back into the NG, so... Let's see if we can get up here, and... I have unlocked the Soror, which is a very, very nice piece of kit. For reasons you will see in a second. See, I can control that missile all the way to its target. Just beautiful. And they've all bailed. Oh no! How sad for them. Let's clear out this building. Pop a nade in there. And then I heard tell of somebody in there. There we go. Oh! Dead. Okay, so... It worries me that... What concerns me is whether or not your IQ drops when you pick the bomb up, as it currently appears to be that way. And that's a worrying aspect.
You know what? I'm just going to let you know, but
yeah.
I am actually a beast at this game.
Really?
And it takes more than 4 people to kill me. Doesn't
really?
matter if it's 4v1. Yeah, just letting you know.
Okay.
A public service announcement brought to you by Mr.Dogbert.
Indeed, yes, indeed. You can either treat that with disdain, or with common sense, or with just general good humour. It's entirely up to you. Okay. What's over there? The enemy has the bomb. One thing I did find when I was commandering on this is I found that if the enemy team is going to make it to the bomb before you guys, or your guys are, then just drop a tomahawk missile on it. Usually works a treat, and I killed about 5 people doing it. Don't shoot that shit at me. Oh god, I'm not an NG. There we go, have one of these. Oh, for God's sake. Listen to those snipers, the semi-auto snipers. You hear crack, 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 and then they hit you. Right, you know what? I think that boat has a name on it, a rocket's name on it, I think. Oh dear. Oh! Oh, dead. Teeny Yolo swag. Oh god.
You killed me earlier as well.
Okay, what's this? It looks like we might actually have a match, Mr.Dogbert. Somebody versus missing logo versus wartime dignity at the moment. We'll just have to wait and see. So
to be confirmed, BF4 versus wartime dignity.
Okay.
And we've seen to be confirmed already play once in the 5v5 Cup.
Okay. Oh god. No, want to move back. And then forward a little bit. And stop. This is the S-Raw, guys. Wire guided RPG, and goddamn good it is too. Even if I hit a tree with it, oh bollocks. Fell off the building! Oh god, I'm such an idiot. I was too focused on, you know, what was going on. Oh, I'm going to raise my bollards. There we go. Kick them in the bollards, ladies and gentlemen. It's the way forward. Okay. So there's a tank over there, which we need to shoot. Hostile has the bomb. Good for him. But it ain't that hostile. Sorry, Woody, you've been cut. Oh, reload. Hostile missile inbound. That's a bit of a worry. Oh, there he is. Oh, there's a bomb holder. Get him, bomb holder.
I'm in a server, by the way, if you'd like to get yourself over here.
Okay, I shall now get myself onto here. You know what I'm going to do first is I was going to headbutt a tank, but I decided not to. Anyway.
You headbutt a tank. How do you headbutt the tank? You're not going to win.
You strap C4 to your forehead and then headbutt it, and the resultant explosion not only blows up the tank, it also blows you up as well. Do you not know about these kind of tactical manoeuvres?
No. Not those ones. They're new.
Headbuttus Alice Tankus. Right, okay. So, you, sir, are in the server. Did you send me the details, I take it? Yes, indeed. Excellent. Okay, so, let's see. Oops. No, I didn't get that right. Come on, keyboard. No, wrong password. Yeah, so let's have a look. Oh, there we go. That's why.
Case sensitive, man.
Yeah, bitches. Okay, so thank you for your patience in staying with us, guys. Is What a Red Dwarf episode reference from Polymorph? Which one did I say? I can't remember. My brain's not working. Not that it ever did. Okay, so we're getting onto the server, and we're going to do some conquest. And this is a nice war server. So thank you to those guys for allowing us to cast. We appreciate it. And we shall be moving on now. Dawnbreaker. Should be interesting. From a conquest level, do you reckon we're going to see any helicopters or predominantly armour?
I think you can see predominantly infantry, actually. Obviously, vehicles will be the focal point of everyone's anger, but I think it's mostly going to be infantry that make the critical. Will be having the critical impact in this match.
Yeah, that's the way we're looking at it at the moment, and obviously we're just trying to, you know, sort out the details. So, I wonder if we're going to see any naughty people on the top of tall buildings. Now, obviously, there are some aspects of this competition where certain weapons have actually been banned. Do you think we can go through what some of those weapons are that actually have been removed from the game as part of the competition?
Give me a second, I'll find that list.
I have it here. Here we go.
Ah, wow.
The MBT law.
Trick question.
It was a trick question. Haha. I lured you into my trap and I have succeeded. Anyway, the MBT law, the spawn beacon, no INRV for infantry vehicles, airburst, the M26, the MAV, the softlam, the impact nade, shotguns, shorty is allowed, the M26 or normal, battle pickups, and the portable laser designator. So those are the forbidden weapons. So let's see what comes of it. Now, you can see, unfortunately, they don't have everybody in at the moment, but they've got WtD versus WtD, so we're obviously waiting for the rest of the team to show up for this next part. In the meantime, we shall show you the dusky maiden that is Dawnbreaker, and here is the map. So you can see it's looking like it might be Conquest Large based on the number of maps. And here is David. Let's see if we can follow him, because he's in his F-35, as you can see. With F-35 goodness, now it's time to make you motion sick, ladies and gentlemen. Or possibly not, as he crashes into a building. So this is not a good start. Never mind. It couldn't be any better. It couldn't be any worse than the disco ball from the finals last night. For those of you who are wondering, ooh, those finals will be finished off, rendered, and will go live on my channel tonight. So you'll be able to see the 5v5 finals tomorrow, or tonight, depending on where you're coming from. Let's follow this jet. And down we go. See if we can... So this is one of the Chinese stealth jets. Oh, beautiful work, sir. Loving your work. And that was a tree. Currently known as the new line of United States stealth trees. As you can see, it snuck up on him when he wasn't paying attention and just leapt out on him. Now, here's one thing for you guys who play this map. Now, if you play on the US side, if for whatever reason you come down here, if you take out that tree, okay, this serves as a GTA 5 style ramp for you to jump into the point. And so I encourage you to try it. It works well with an ATV. I don't think we have Jeeps around here to do that with at the spawn. Might even work well with an AA vehicle or possibly something along those lines. So, these are potentials for amusement. And there's a helicopter. Oh, that looks like a TB missile. What is that thing sticking out the front? Look at that! Look! Wow. Oh my goodness. Premature ejection is what that was. You see that? Wow. There we go. So there's DJ Niner. Or DJ Niner. 9. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look fantastic? Look. Except for when we go out of bounds. So you can see out the front, that little glitch where it appears to eject his teammate out of the front of his helicopter. This makes things rather interesting. So as you can see, there are also plenty of things going on in the bay. And we're just killing time until, as you can see, remaining members make it onto the server. And the opposing team make it onto the server. Okay. Oh, look at this, a little bit of practice. There you go, see, look, there he is again. Poor little guy sat out on the front. That's got to be the most exposed chair in airborne combat that I've ever seen in my entire life. That's bad design, that is. So, as you can see... Oh, look, there he is, there he is. Pop, straight back in. Look at that, TB missile. It's like being at an air show. Whee! So, as you can see, for those of you who are not aware, this was Dogbert's office. And unfortunately, he had a little bit of a technical problem, which is why there's no front of the office and there's nothing but flames. So, as you can see, Dogbert, the office a la Dogbert is currently in flames at the top of this nice building. And it's currently raining debris, or debris, I should say, and other things all over the floor. Which is nice. So, let's see. So, here is the Chinese spawn. Now, obviously, you've got a few pieces of kit there. There we go. There's TBA. And there's TODUS, complete with ladders on the side. For those of you who don't know what they are, they're designed to catch RPGs and stop them before actually hitting the armor. There we go. You've got the AA vehicle. And there we go. NVIDIA. Let's follow him up. Oh, and follow him back down again. Come on, get back in. Get back in. Oh no, can he recover? He can. Oh, he may not recover from that. Pops out the flares as he comes under attack from one of the jets as we are trying to get back into the combat area. So, there is the Chinese spawn. You have the E point, the D point, the C point, the A point, and over the side here, the B point. So for those of you who recognise this from the domination map, this was the area where most of the battles actually occurred. This little square of buildings. The Tic Tac building. And the Chinese dragon. So, there is the bridge. There's Tortes de Todas on there. And this is the bridge that gets taken down as part of the Levolution aspect of this map. However, this will not be a focus for the teams. They will be focusing on other aspects, as it's unlikely that the Levolution will do much good to them at all, as we're looking like a little ATV. Oh, hey! Oh, he didn't make it. What a disappointment there. So let's follow him as he goes down the coast. Yeah, he's doing quite well so far. And we just crashed into the building. Well done! Observer cam for the win. Oh, bit of parking going on. Is he going to touch? No, no, he left the bollards alone. Oh, there we go. Teammate spawned on him. And teammate decides to bail out as quickly as possible and shoot an RPG at him. Oh no, and this has affected his driving. Oh dear, look at this. Technical problems. And he's away. Oh, goes. Oh, did you see that? Oh, fantastic. But he unfortunately comes a cropper.
Jets on this map are good fun.
Yes, indeed. Especially, have you actually tried flying down the main high street and under the bridge?
I literally did it before we joined this game before.
Oh, you
about 20 minutes ago. I actually shot down a plane as he was going down the main highway. It was the best.
And then it crashes into the ground, explodes and everything. You actually see some of the...
He exploded in my face and damaged my plane.
Oh dear. One thing I have seen about this that you don't see, that you saw in Battlefield 2 and Battlefield 3, but you don't see so much in Battlefield 4, is when you kill somebody up high, their body actually depops before it hits the ground, which is a real shame, because I always used to find that was quite a satisfying experience to listen to the inevitable splat as the sniper you've just killed lands on the floor in front of you. But you know, that's just a me thing. I guess I'm a sadist in that respect.
Oh, indeed, Chadman.
Thank you. So we are now watching the tank Hinky making his way in towards one of the points, and you can see now it looks like all the teams are in, but we should be starting the match hopefully quite soon, as there is Beckenbrook. Where's he gone? Oh god. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Donut has arrived.
Nice, good name, eh?
Oh yes. Beckenbrook is the purveyor of Battlefield donuts.
Nice to see a few players coming over from the infantry realm of the domination cup we were watching very recently.
Indeed, yes. Oh dear, he just broke his donut. Poor Bokken. Oh, he's doing figure of eights now. Complete with horn. No, stop Bokken. There we go, he's off on a run now. This will keep me entertained for days.
Really?
Oh, God,
I'm
yeah.
watching on the chopper pilot. I'm seeing. I always wonder how bad I am. I want to see how good they are. Maybe pick up a few tips on the way.
Picking up tips is always good. Oh, what's that? Oh, a lag fix for... Ah, okay. Interesting. Here we
I
go.
think we are going to be going live here.
We are indeed, from the information that I've been given, and there you have the A site, the B site, the C site, the D site, and the E site. So, let's have a look. Having a look at this map, and they've restarted it again, the buggers. They keep doing this to me. It's cruel and unusual. So, this is going to be an interesting map. You're going to have the two gimmies, or it's actually one gimme. You're going to have, I would say then, what would you say is the gimme for the US team, the A or the B?
Both.
Okay, so essentially the E and the D will be the gimmies for China, and most of the battles will be going on around the C point. So, let's get it on, ladies and gentlemen. TBA versus WtD on Dawnbreaker.
Well, it depends on strategy on this. If people start holding spawns, oh, it does look like we have a man down already starting off on this game. I'm not sure if they're going to ask for a restart or they're just going to keep playing.
Difficult to say.
No, because they're holding spawns, I can never be sure if they're doing that as a tactical reason or doing it because some people haven't obviously got to the game just yet.
Yeah, it's a possibility. We don't know for certain.
And WtD,
Oh! Wow. Nvidia in the Chinese helicopter very nearly collected one of the F-35s. And now that F-35 is focusing his attention on the helicopter. Looks like... And there we go.
There we go. As I said, I told you restart would be coming, Chadman. I said it would come.
God damn it! Damn you people. Damn you all to hell. Oh, dear.
Thing is, because of the way you can do this with planes and helicopters, you can always get quite far ahead and use one of them to drop out the pilot. Not the pilot, the gunner.
Mm-hmm.
The gunner will then have people spawn right on top of them, and that's an insta-grab on a flag.
Yes.
Obviously, it does put them in a forward position that they might be by themselves for a while, but it's definitely a tactic and something that was used quite a lot in battlefields before this one.
Yeah. Yeah, because obviously the thing is, you know, for those of you who are not aware, the pilot can switch to the gunner position, fire a TV missile, and then switch back to the pilot position before the helicopter hits the floor. So these are options that we've seen some very talented players do over the years, and we're hoping that we're going to see similar stuff like that. So the embassy is the closest point for the Chinese team. Nearby that is the hospital. The C point, which is known as the bridge, the B point, known as Plaza, and the A point, known as the bus station. So, helicopters are up. Let's find out what's going on. Now, this is interesting because... Oh, look at that! Chinese helicopter... Oh, whoops-a-daisy. Chinese helicopter coming under pressure from the jet as it takes him down and the jet flies past the camera very heroically. That was fantastic. It's what I love about free cam on this game. Absolutely love. Get shots like that. And so that basically means that the Chinese helicopter has been basically disabled and taken out of the situation. And you can see that the American chopper is actually staying up quite high and out of the way. And you can see now you've got a bit of an armor push. There we go. So he's going to be doing TV missiles into those tanks at B. So you can see now B is being engaged. There we go. Combination TV missile and tank support going into that point, as we do have infantry also moving into that point. So let's move over to the C area, and we've got multiple infantry getting around that C area. So you can see two infantry there who don't seem to have actually noticed each other, which is kind of slightly amusing. And we're just waiting to see what they're going to do. There we go. We might see one of them notice each other. Let's find out what's going on. There's one of the... There we go. That's Horek making his way in, but he gets shut down very quickly. So that was Runyo. And he has a pot shot onto one of the tanks. One of the tanks making his way into the C point. That's Armo Rabo, or Armo Babo. And he's looking very, very schmexy in his tank camouflage. And so he's going to be looking out for the areas. Now, one thing you're going to see also is the use of anti-tank mines to deny access to certain areas. And that looks like that's the kind of thing that they've actually done over here. So it's going to be interesting to see if that turns out to be a valid tactic, Dogbert.
Is indeed. I'm actually a bit concerned right now. But wartime seem to be pretty much dominating. They seem to be getting the points they want. Obviously, there are some hiccups along the way. There's a lot of infantry over to B, but they've got the C, they got A, they did have B a minute ago, and obviously they're putting a lot of pressure onto A. I believe it was, watching them fight now, they managed to kill each other. That's Ben who's been doing a one-man push over to the D flag for quite a while now, and giving them a ticket bleed. I'm interested to see how long it's taken for to be confirmed to get their tank back in action. Their jet is now on the field for the first time, and he's going head-to-head with Matty. But straight off the bat, wartime didn't have the helicopter at the beginning. They let their plane get in the air, they waited until the enemy chopper was down, then their chopper goes up, and they still managed to get the bleed going. They got all the flags they wanted at the start off, and yeah, they seem to have got off to a great start so far.
Yeah, definitely looking that way at the moment. I've been watching Beckenbrook poning it up at Site B. So you're looking at the bleed currently in the favour of the Chinese. So that's TBA, obviously. And now you can see the difference in tickets, only about 30. And we're now watching, that's Quickyo making his way up towards the central control point here. He's going to try and pick one of those flags. He's going to get onto the burn as best he can. He's taking fire, but gets cut down by Dignity Ben as he moves in towards that point to defend it, ensuring that it survives. But it's still being contested, that central point. As you can see, a little bit of fire coming in, a little bit of fire underneath the bridge.
Bracken Bunch there managed to take down 2 from wartime. He would have got a third, but he just didn't know how many. But to be confirmed, it's really committed to this flag. Sorry, but wartime had committed to this flag. Otherwise, he might have got a clean sweep there and captured the mid flag for V team.
Indeed. Now we shall move on, and it's Beckenbrook again. He seems to be everywhere at the moment. Maybe they're all called Beckenbrook, it's difficult to say. But he's obviously making his way out from the embassy towards the hospital general area. And now you can see the C flag is basically being contested at the same time as the US team are looking to contest and take back the A point. And there seems to be quite an infantry battle going on. As you can see, fire coming in from the US attack helicopter, trying to support the US troops. And you've got a tank in there as well. Let's see if we can find out what's going on, as these guys are having a little bit of a technical problem. And this is you can see them dealing with that tank. There we go, cut down very quickly. As you can see, fire coming in, and one of the guys here hiding behind cover, making superb use of cover. He's decided to cheese it in the opposite direction as quickly as possible. And now we're looking at Mr. Yo there, good old Quick Yo, making his way in, breaking the glass. He's now captured that point, and he's off, but he's taking fire. As he comes out that point, runs, unfortunately, and gets drilled at the same time as the helicopter also drills him from the air. So, unfortunately, any attempts there to move on from the A point, it looks like the A point's now going to move back into the ownership of the US team. And we shall just have to wait and see where the Chinese team decide to focus their attention, which looks to be the D point. Dogbert? God, Dogbert. That's it. Combination of Dignitas and Dogbert. You are now Dogbert. There we go. Carry on, sir.
To be confirmed here, seem to be slowly but surely getting themselves maybe back in the game. They have people all over sea, and they have reinforcements on the way. Runyo at the moment, if he can just keep them busy now, he wasn't able to do it. But unfortunately, he's bought enough time for his team to reposition and defend at sea. And this is looking really good for a team that only at the beginning of the game was finding themselves in dire strait.
Well, look at the number of points that have actually been capped now. They got 4-1, and now the A point is flashing. And it looks now that TBA are actually forcing the issue. You've now got a couple of guys from TBA moving up towards the A point. And as I press the wrong bar, you can see Quickyo and friends pushing this point pretty hard to try and get possibly, maybe, a full conquest cap out on all of the points. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out, as more fire coming in there from the TBA guys. And you can see one of the other TBA guys, that's Runyo, making his way over to the next point. Looks like he's going to be looking to try and pick up and maybe take the B point back. So I have to say,
Wartime have decided to sacrifice their air advantage, and Matt just bailed out of his plane to land on E. As a good change of tactics there. They realised that their air dominance really isn't giving them much help. The air units are good, and helicopters obviously are key in some areas, but they're not as useful as having more men with more feet on the ground around flag points, which is something that, to be confirmed, have been all over them on. They have outnumbered them infantry-wise from the start of the game, because they have not been focusing on the helicopter, and they really have not been bothered about their plane.
apparently not, no. Now, obviously, we're looking at WtD 0695. He's about to trade fire with another member of TBA, but he's coming under fire from multiple directions. He's trying to take cover in the right place. He's throwing out a grenade. Looks like to be an incendiary to try and keep that guy out, but a nade that came in from a member of TBA, Quickyo, I think that was, again, and Runyo. I wonder if they're brothers. So you can see they got taken down in that attempt, but not far from there is one of the enemy, and one of the US team moving in. He's got to be careful. He's in danger of being attacked. Yeah, it looks like they're already cycling back to attack him. He's got to be very careful. He's got to be looking as he's coming under attack from 2, possibly 3 directions. Any second now, one of the guys, there we go, drills him very quickly. So good triangulation of fire by the TBA guys, I have to say, when taking down these points. And it looks like that will now revert back to the ownership of the Chinese team. And we can move over and find out what's going on at the C point, as that is now being captured by the US. And there's the likes of Rababo in there as well. He's taking fire. He's going to have to back up. He's trying to spray a little bit of goodness in the general direction of the Chinese team. And now can make his way off towards one of the points as he takes down one of the China team members. And let's see how things are going. So Beckenbrook in currently with 12 and 4, seems to be doing well. At least he was until I spectated him and got him killed. And you can see, there we go, Quickyo, it is the curse of the spectator indeed. So we're now looking at David 0695 in the process of trying to do some evil things to the nearby gimme of the Chinese team. We just have to wait and see how that turns out. Let's see what Nvidia is doing in the helicopter. Now, let's see if we can find out what's going on there. So, interesting so far, Dogbert, I have to say. Oh.
Yeah, the Chinese team, to be honest, had a bit of a rough start with their chopper going down so early, but it might have been a mixed blessing for the other team, as it just led to far more infantry, really, that they were able to handle at the start of the game. But they've slowly given up, well, I say they've given up their plane. Matt is back in the plane as he's coming in to try and take out the Chinese chopper, and he does it and takes them all out. And that's a brilliant play there. I think it's a far more dominating air support by Wartime, and he sacrifices the chopper advantage, plane advantage immediately to get down on D flag and capture it, and that's what they really need to do right now when they are significantly far behind in tickets.
Yeah, at least 2-1 in comparison. So you can see obviously TBA currently running the map as far as you're concerned, I suppose, and you can see now the likes of DJ Niner trying to capture that point. There we go, now back under the ownership of the Chinese team. Or so the US team, I should say. And the C point now in the process of being overrun by Chinese infantry. This is the human wave tactic we've seen in history. And the Chinese are doing a fantastic job of shutting down any Americans who are coming into that point and heading off at the pass any attempts by the US team to get that C point back. However, the American team are still continuing to pour fire from all directions to try and take that point, or at least secure that point and ensure that it stays in the ownership of the US team. However, it may be too little too late, but look at the difference in tickets, the difference 69 to 56. Could this be a turnaround for WtD? What's your thoughts?
The battle was really intense around the C flag. Both teams funneled in basically every infantry player and everyone, in fact, into that battle, and it came out on top for Wartime. I mean, if that hadn't happened, they would have really struggled to keep this bleed on them. Because of that, they've been able to level the score out of 55 to 51, and that is giving them the lead here with the bleed. So the big battle here is going to be if to be confirmed cannot hold here, then they will find wartime taking the victory on this round.
It's looking that way at the moment, and you can now see the US team in the process of trying to recapture the point, hiding behind those computers and ticketing desks to try and avoid any bullets coming in from the Chinese team. It looks like the A point is going to be held by the US team, as you can see. They're finally ticking over, and it looks like there are no more Chinese in the immediate vicinity who could threaten that point, but you can see the US team still trying to push against the hospital at D, and still more Chinese, the likes of Quickyo, making his way through up towards that A point, determined to try and get it back, get the bleed off them as they're down to 28 tickets. But he's now running to a very heavy tank.
Behind the enemy tank. It's going to be really, if we can clear up this pocket of resistance at sea, this could be the break, but they need the Chinese team to be confirmed. Really need to clear it up at sea to get a bit of control back. Need to get the bleed away from them. But unfortunately for them, it just seems that they can't deal with the fluid nation of wartime here. They're all over the map.
Yeah, it looks like other members of the US team there, the tank finally getting finished off. And the Chinese team moving in, Runyo and Quickyo, who appear to be joined at the hip with Nvidia in the helicopter, doing a great job of suppressing that tank and turning that around as far as he was concerned. However, like you said, it may be too little too late with only one ticket remaining and the remaining points ticking over. 46 tickets the difference. Very close match. It certainly turned around towards the end there, Dogbert.
It definitely did. A switch in tactic, and like I said at the beginning of the game, when we were talking about vehicles and we were making a bit of noise about it, and I basically came out and said infantry is going to be far more important than vehicles. And that's what basically turned to be the case. Because you can get... there's so many points on the map. A vehicle is just not a subtle way to travel. It's very predictable where they're going to go. But a lot of infantry spread out quite thinly are able to make the attacks where they're needed. They can be the spawn beacons that everyone wants. And when it comes to switching your attack perfectly, they're the best tool in the game. So infantry win that map.
Indeed they do. And... let's see. So WtD will produce. Will move on to the next round, and we shall just wait and see what happens as we shall find the next.
I think they will play the next round of that map.
You do think so? Okay. Well, there we go then.
Well, they got to play.